Welcome to Crafters TV. You are in our craft house. No need to ring the bell. Come on in, wipe your feet. It's lovely to be with you today. My name is Rebecca Redican. You can call me Becky. How's your day been so far? Hey, did you join us for that craft fold? Oh, it was a good one here. I mean, the discount deals on that. I always think if I'm bringing something to air that's less than a fiver, you're getting change. It's always going to be a good show, and good show it was. There are still some things available on there if you do want to head on over and have a little nosy. Speaking of nosy, we have been treating ourselves to a look into our weekend super saver, and we have been spying those treats. There are still some available. It does just last for the weekend, so if you do want to seize the moment, then you absolutely and completely can. In fact, you want a little peruse of it now? Ooh, peruse, good word. Not as good as discombobulated, but nonetheless pretty decent. Let me show you what I've got for you in our weekend super saver, shall I? We're bringing to you your Spectrum Noir. These are your pens, they are your acrylic pens, and we're bringing to you a big stash of colours, as well as, for free, a beautiful paper pad luxury black card, so that you can create wonderful designs, even just using the likes of our pencils, and they're going to really stand out. It's beautiful to use actually with these highly saturated pens as well, because boy does that colour pop. So if you do want to seize the moment, 25% discount on that. So thought I'd show you that right at the top of the show. We have got so many treats on show today, and one lady who is a bit of a treat, she's already been making us giggle with her whiffs and with her wobbles. It's the fabulous Michelle! Afternoon.
I love that. Hello.
Hello.
Whiffs and my wobbles. Do you know, I'm still really happy that you all figured out what I was trying to sing with the weird lyrics, the Chantilly lace from earlier.
Yeah, no, and there was a lot of people who knew that song. I'd just never heard of it before. It wasn't because of your rendition, which was, I'm sure, exquisite.
Pitch perfect.
We've got the fabulous Michelle on with us today. We're going to be having loads of demonstrations for her, and we're also going to be voting on some makes in a little bit. Let me just show you beforehand, though, one of the very popular goodie bags that we have brought to you today that has been very popular indeed. So we do not have a massive amount of these left. Basically, what I'm bringing you in here is the name of Spectrum Noir. Spectrum Noir is a renowned name, not just here at Crafters. It's a well-known name in many different places, stores up and down the world and country, and we are bringing to you fabulous high-quality elements. These are your aqua blends. So what you're going to be getting is, in this beautiful tin, you're going to be getting absolutely loads of pencils. But these pencils are not your norm. They are pencils you can use to create stunning pictures, add a little bit of water to, and then all of a sudden you are going to have the most gorgeous watercolour-esque picture. These are all the colours you're getting. Beautiful, luxury items, professional quality, though you don't have to be one. Now I want to show you some of the bits that you are going to be getting for a penny, because we have got for you today every single thing you are seeing me show right now, a massive amount of items, including your tri-blends, there up, I've dropped them all, including your metallics, including your glossy highlights, that's the word, including inks. We have got all of this in here for you, and it's just an extra penny, or cent, if you will. It's phenomenal, the amount you're getting in here. Now, you're looking at over £107 worth, nearly £107 worth of stuff in here. You're getting it for £30.99. I mean, really, it's astonishing. But, as you know, us crafters, bargain hunters, so it has been very popular. So I thought I'd let you have a little show of that. Who's feeling festive? Or if you are, I've got a lovely festive bag here for you, which is a festive goodie bag. This is definitely going to make you smile. We've got for you even double-sided dies in this, which is really cool. So let me start off by showing you the under the Christmas tree. This one here is a lovely selection of your stamps that you can lay up to create fabulous collages. I have also got for you some embossing folders that come with stencils. Then I've got for you fabulous winter stacks. Big, nice dies in here, 2 of them. So you've got that outside and the inner one as well. So you can just cut in if you want. I've got for you elements here too, which is die cut and stamp. So you can cut them out, use them individually or layer them up. I've got a beautiful treat here that you can use, and it creates these cheeky, mischievous looking sort of tag holders, if you will. Then I've got for you your dies which you layer up. I've got for you some tags as well. So you've got Father McChristmas, I nearly called in there. Ah, yes, Father McChristmas lives next door to Lady McChristmas. I've also got for you here your creator card ornament festive tees. You pop it in, die cut it off, and you're getting this layerable look, quick as a flash. All of that today should be nearly £120 or $145. It's £30.99 or $37.95. Absolute bargain. Hey, if you treated yourself to anything so far today, let us know what you've treated yourself to. Do get in touch. We've got Susie, the superstar, in with us on our socials again, which is always lovely to see. Let us know where you are, what you're up to. I'm going to bring you another bag now, which is our Nature's Garden. Now, this is the final one of our goodie bags today. So, pick which one you fancy the most, treat yourself. I've got for you the Nature's Garden collection. I've got starting off with that luxury card. You've got metallicized cards in here, so it's got a lovely sort of pearlescence to it. You've also got textures in here, and this is your fabulous colour palette. 32 of those in total, and they would work great with your gnomes that you get in here. They'd work wonderful with your summer garden gnomes. They'd work great with your gate. They'd work phenomenally with your floral stamps. You've also got in here from your farmhouse collection, and I'm bringing to you your secret garden collection. I love this one because I think it's really nice. It goes well with your chinoiserie as well. Then I'm bringing for you another secret garden, and you're getting each of those for £1 each, because this is all you're paying for. This alone. You are paying for your wax seal set that you can use over and over. Only thing you need to add extras to is the wax, and then you're getting all the rest of them individually for £1. We have got for you $29.99 on that, or $36.91. You are saving over £70. Something nice about that, isn't there? Saving over £70. Yes, please. So if you do fancy it, do feel free to grab it. Ooh, how do you feel about being thankful? It's good, isn't it? I've got a die for you here, which when you die cut this into your card, your paper, whatever you die cut into your box, then it will stay completely whole. So this is the type of way that it can look once you cut it out. It also comes with these stamps to add on, so you don't have to have great handwriting. So as that, I've got this one for you here too, which is a die, well, a number of dies and a number of stamps, so you can cut these out individually, layer them up, use them. Let's get a bit abstract with a stencil. Then I've got for you this one here, which is really cool because you create this balloon design, and it's really easy to do. All you want to do is cut out some strips of paper, whether that be old newspapers, recyclable material. Maybe if you're like me and you keep the tiny little scraps of paper that you've got left over, you can create a look like that beautifully. Oh, then I've got the kinetic piece too that just adds a little flourish with your butterflies. Pull this detail and they all flutter away one to another. It's all fabulous, that. And if you did like those for £1, how'd you feel about getting the Midi? Yep, genuinely, in this deal, you're getting all that I've just shown you. You're getting the Midi for £1. This is normally around £70, nearly $90 we're looking at around for this, aren't we? Today, though, you're getting it for £1. £1. Do you know what you can't even get for £1 nowadays? Penny sweets. You can't, can you?
No.
You can't? No. A penny sweet now, we're looking at 2p, 5p for a penny sweet.
Yeah.
Them, them space, what they call space, no.
Are those like spaceship things?
They're like saucers, aren't
yeah,
they? Flying saucers, which, let's face it, are 90% air. Even then, you're looking at about 5p each
Yes. Yeah, you are.
now. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd rather have a Midi for a penny. And today you're getting it in that deal for that price. It's a super stellar one. So again, if you're doing a seize at the moment, treat yourself to those goodies and you're getting that just for a penny. And now, let's chat about I don't know if you've noticed it, but the gargantuan collection next to me from our wonderful Sharon Callis. This collection is huge, and if you have never managed to see this before or managed to get your hands on it before, now is your perfect opportunity. The designs these make are eye-catching, to say the least. And even if you are brand new, you are going to be able to make some show-stopping elements with this. We have got everything that you can see in here as part of the deal. Now, in that, I'm including dies, which, as you can see, make 3D eye-catching elements. I'm bringing to you frames in here as well, which you can use as stand-out, cut out, multiple manners and use in that. Even more dies with even more flowers. You've got loads of different ones here, and to add your texture, we've got your embossing folders. Now these embossing folders are beautiful. They really play in nicely to the theme. You've got the ornate flower design, but you've also got the tiled look. If you do want to create something special with these, get the papers, and you don't have to buy them separately. We've thrown them in also. These papers are what makes your flowers look realistic as well as professional. And again, you've got that other frame there. Everything you've just seen on your screen then, just £65 or $85. Now that is truly wonderful. And if you've never seen these before, you are about to be blown away. They are very special indeed. Do you fancy some inspiration? Let's do it. Which one are we going to start with looking at?
Oh, so I've got a few of my garden florals, and I've got a few of those flowers out.
Gorgeous.
So I've picked up the ranunculus. Thank you very much. The mountain peony. I have got the champagne rose. Oh, it's just adorable. Champagne rose. I've got the lily, and I have got the orchid. I couldn't decide, so I thought if I get them all out in front of me, then I can decide then which one that we're going to cut out. And again, so I've got some of those beautiful paper pads that come with it, and if I flick through, you can see straight away that is definitely going to be your lily. But look at those papers in there. They are absolutely stunning in this collection. They really are. And this is the lily pad, this is the ranunculus pad. So you can see that they are. So do you know what, these are those kind of paper pads that you're just going to sit and flick through because they're so pretty. You're not necessarily going to do much else with those, and just flick through them. So we'll go with the one that I've got on top, and it's the ranunculus. Of course, I've gone for the one that's the hardest to say, and this one is from that particular pad, so we'll go with this one. So I'm just gonna bring my plate in, and then, oh, let's take that off. We don't want that. Just pop that back on there. There we go. So I'm going to put the petals that are the smallest, so they'll be in the centre. I'm going to put those on to that side. You can put it the other way if you want. It's your flower, it's your card. You do it your way.
And the cool thing is, you don't even have to use the corresponding paper pads, do you? You can do whatever you want with these.
No, of course not. I mean, even though this one's come from the lily pad, and that's sort of stereotypically a lily piece of paper, but again, you don't have to use that on a lily. You can use it on your champagne rose. You can use it on whatever you want. But as for the rest of the papers, most of them in there do not have that speckle effect. You've got plenty of those with the speckle effect for the lilies, but for the most part, the rest of them don't have that in there. So there's nothing specific on there where someone's going to look and think, oh, that's wrong.
No, totally.
Because I mean, for one, no one would, because it's a creation. So you can, when you're creating, if you're a painter or a crafter or a mixed media, it's all about what you're wanting to make. It's not about what someone else is assuming something should look like. So let's pop this off. So there we go. So that is all cut out. Let me pop that away. So what we're going to do is, this is the way that I find easiest to create these. I'm just going to bring in my ball tool, and I have got my 3mm red liner tape. So what I'm going to do, so some people will put the red liner tape and fold it, or some people will just fold it and then quill it. I always tend to put red liner tape in the middle first. Just feel it secures it a little bit more. And I think because I don't use a quilling tool, I just use my my pokey tool.
Pokey tool, yeah.
I just find it a little bit securer this way. But I mean, it's not as if it's going to pop open and fall apart, so there's no need to worry. I've just got a little bit of glue on there, let me get that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use the ball tool, and we're just going to put a little bit of curvature, just a bit of dimension on those petals.
Why are you laughing at curvature?
Because it just makes me giggle, because I can never think of the right word, so I go with curvature. Whenever I want to put some shape or dimension, I always say curvature now.
Curvature.
So when you are doing it, you're sort of going to be coming towards the middle. Don't be doing it out, because then you run the risk of ripping those petals off. And then to flip it over and then do exactly the same on this side. Just run your ball tool round until you're happy with the shape that you've got on there.
Easy.
And then I'm going to just take this off. And the score line is there for you. You're just going to fold it together. There we go. And then again, so we're going to put another roll of, so depending on which way you're doing this, if you're curving it that way for your petals to come in, or if you're going to curve it that way and your petals will go out a little bit. So depending on, again, what kind of look you're going for will determine which side you put this red liner tape. So again, you don't have to use the red liner tape. Some people will quill without that, and every so often they will stop and put either a dot of tacky glue and hold it until it sticks, or a dot of hot glue. Again, it's all about what you prefer using or you find easiest to use when doing this. So let me just get that up. There we go. So again, if you've got a quilling tool, this is where you will probably use your quilling tool. I've been using my pokey tool, but actually I'm going to pick this up because I remember the last time I was doing it, someone said use your tweezers, and I did, and I found it that little bit easier. So I'm just going to hold my tweezers and I'm just going to twist. So that's all I'm doing. Just do it very carefully. You don't want to catch all your petals and rip those off. And we're just going round in that circle, just quilling. And that red liner tape is automatically sticking it all to it. Oh, so just popped a petal off, but it's all right. The odd petal popping off, do you know, to be fair, will look more real, because how many flowers do you see in real life where a caterpillar hasn't chewed half of one off anyway?
And to be honest with you, you can't tell when you pop it all out, can you?
No, you can't.
It's not on this design.
I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to pinch all of these in between my thumb and fingers. And as you sort of see, now I have popped one off, and you can't see where it's come off or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter. So there we go. That is how easy it is to do it, and it's exactly the same for all of the quilling flowers in this Garden Florals, and all of the quilling flowers that she's got in the what's the other one called? What are they called? Why can I never remember? The succulents. So I'm just going to pop that there.
Yeah.
I've got this one. We're just going to quickly put this one together. So this is the lily.
Perfect.
And I'm going to do exactly the same.
Okay.
But it's just a lot smaller, so it's obviously going to be a lot quicker to do this one.
Fab. Hello to Kimberly, saying hello everyone. I hope your day's going well. Lovely day here in North Carolina. Absolute tune. Hello to Eileen, saying good afternoon everyone from Puerto Rico. Oh,
wow.
Gorgeous. And hello Mary in from Maine. I've got Panda Craft back in with us. Hiya. Lovely to have you on board. Julie is saying, I've received my Gemini Spectrum Noir goodie set 1p bag today. Super quick delivery too. And they are lovely. Oh, hey up, are you going to be crafting with them this afternoon? I hope so. Oh, sounds gorgeous. Also, Panda, thank you for having me back. You know the flying saucer sweets we were talking about, aka 90% air? You can buy those sweets by the jar. Right, well, thank you very much for that, Panda. That is good to know. Actually, though, you know the papery outside doesn't really have any flavour, does it?
No,
You're only really getting a kick of sherbet in the middle, aren't you?
Yes.
But I don't mind her. I don't mind her. Do feel free to message us in, by the way. Susie's looking after you. Earlier on today, we were talking about your what you wanted to be when you were younger. Actually, Jake! Jake! Jake!
You can't ask Jake.
Bobby
he still is young.
Bobby Sellier. Bobby Sellier, Jake. Hop on in, Jake. Just take over from me, because they haven't seen your new haircut. Bob in, Jake.
They haven't, have they?
No, Bob in. Oh, there you are. Hiya, Jake. Is that his hair done? Jake, be honest, what were you saying before when I caught you looking at your reflection in this screen?
You just go and sit down and I'll take over.
You did indeed, you did. I walked past and he's just here like that. Anyway, come back here, you. Okay. I'm asking you a question. What did you want to do when you were younger? What job?
What job did I do? So my first job when I left school was I went to KFC.
Oh!
First job, yeah.
Finger licking good?
Yeah, finger licking good.
Yeah. Did you get free KFC?
Yes, we did, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, you got a free staff meal, yeah.
Oh, nice. But what was your ideal job? I mean, that could have been your dream job.
Ideal job? I still don't really know what I want to do.
No. And if management's watching, he obviously means this is his dream job. Thanks, Jake. I just realised we'd asked everyone apart from Jake. Do feel free to message him with your favourite. Blimey, you've done them quick, Michelle.
I have. Look how quick I was. No, so that is the one that I have just done. And all I did was I just got my pokey tool and I just curved the edges over using my thumb, and you get that lovely curl. And you can make that as pronounced or as not pronounced, as you like.
Lovely.
So, so I've got a couple there. I've got lots of the different flowers from the sets. I've used a few of each, and then lots of the foliage from the said flowers. So I'm just going to pop them up there because we're going to make a nice little display with them. So I've got a card base. Well, it's sort of a card base. It's almost like a box. So it is 5 by 7, and then I've just got an inch. What is that called?
Spine.
Thank you very much. Yeah. An inch spine on there. And then I'm going to bring in these. So I've just got some lovely papers. I love that colour. It's absolutely adorable. So that's going to mat and layer on the inside, and this is going to go on the outside. So we're just going to glue these up and stick them down. So just using my normal tape pen on these. So this is just what I've cut this out with. It's just one of our nesting dies that we've got. Can't quite remember what this particular one is called. But again, to make an aperture on your card, you don't have to necessarily use one of these. You might have, well, you probably will have many in your own stash, lots of different shapes. So then I'm going to pop that round as well. So I'm going to use my dotty for that. I can remember before I had any nesting dies, I used to either draw around a plate or a cup or a mug and have to cut it out that way. Oh, do you know what? Thank God for die cutting machines and dies.
Because I bet that was time consuming.
It was time consuming because especially myself, having to go so careful and so slow to make sure that you know, you've got it nice. And I tell you what I used to do. So if I was cutting a particular shape and my edges weren't perfectly smooth, I would get a little piece of sandpaper. And I would sandpaper. So when you pop out decoupage and you have those little pips, I use a little bit of sandpaper, and I used to do that on the inside, as daft as it sounds.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, so I'd sandpaper it until it was nice and smooth, which yes, took a little while.
Oh.
But these are the things that you do before you've got particular tools for whatever job it is you want in. I think as crafters, by nature, we look around the house, the garage, that big drawer that we've got that's in the kitchen that's got so much rubbish in. It's just, there's all sorts in it.
Keys to buildings you don't own anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. So we all look round, we'll all have done it. Every single one of us will have looked around the house for something to make something or do a particular job with, and come up with some sort of contraption that we've made with something or other. Right, so so I've got a piece of card here, and again, so this is 7 by 3. It's going to be 1 inch deep, and again, so it's almost just, I've made a little box base. It's almost like a trough that my pig from the farmer's market.
Oh yeah, the pink one.
Would be eating out of. So again, let's just pop this together. My pink pig from earlier. So just popping this together. It's going to go just on the inside there. So I'll tell you what, that just needs trimming a little bit. It's just catching a little bit. So just get rid of that.
Trimming it. Laughing Gravy, great name, is saying, these flowers, a tip from Sharon. Use a golf tee to quilt around and you get a flower centre and a stem.
Oh.
Yeah, she says to use them for like buttonholes and things like that in that way, doesn't she?
Yeah.
It's a really good tip, that. You're totally right, I love it. Kim is in saying, hi everyone from Indiana. We are here to see our 6-year-old granddaughter in Frozen tomorrow. Oh, so cute! Please let me know, what character is your granddaughter playing? Oh, I bet you are just filled with excitement and pride. That sounds fabulous. And where is it? I was going to say, I want to come, but it's in Indiana. I won't be able to get there that quick. But that sounds wonderful, Kim. How fab. Oh, how cute.
That is just adorable, isn't it?
Adorable. Lots of people messaging about KFC, which I didn't expect, but I'm so happy it's happening. Read them in a minute. Oh.
So I'm just using my red liner tape to put on here to attach it to here. I want that extra strength at the minute because I'm going to be using it to build up sort of a bouquet of flowers. So I'm going to line it up to the bottom so it shuts beautifully, and then we're going to make our little bouquet of flowers coming out of there. So I've just got a bit of old tissue paper out of my craft room, and I'm just going to use that to just pad this out, just a little.
Lovely.
And then when I go in with my flowers now, I've got sort of more of a base to be popping those on top.
That's cool.
So for this bit, I am going to be opening and closing this to check where I'm going, what I'm doing.
Okay. So you've gone hot glue gun for this one?
I have gone hot glue gun for this one because I want to just bear with me, let me remember the basic English language.
Ahead. No problem.
Yeah, I want that bit of a quicker hold time because I'm going to be putting lots in here. If I was at home, maybe I would use the 3D Kalal, But because I'm here and I want to do it now and have it all set for you, I'm just gonna be using my hot glue.
Brilliant. Hello to the lovely Michelle saying, I've got Sharon's Succulent set. We're going to be doing that in a minute, actually, Michelle. So if you don't mind, if you've got a second, do you mind messaging us in, letting us know why you got it and have you used it and what has the reaction been? Because I'm going to be doing that in a bit. That would be really helpful. Kirsty's talking about jobs, and Kirsty said, my son was adamant for years he was going to be a policeman. Then he wanted to be a computer scientist, and he is now a carvery manager and also instructor in the Army Cadets. That's a real range of things, and I love that. I'm particularly interested in the it is carvery, isn't it? Yeah, carvery manager.
I love that.
Carvery. Carvery, so good. Sometimes though, they don't let you go up more than once, and I'm not having it. Anyway, Lily Rugg, who won some money earlier on, so nice work, Lily, said, my best friend's parents, growing up, owned 5 KFCs. We lived on KFC and quite often would just get the fixings to go with our burgers and hot dogs and as chicken. Got old after a bit, desserts always after school. That's brilliant. I can imagine, though, if you have it all the time, it's not as much of a treat, is it? But, nonetheless, a bit of free KFC. Oh, so good. Because KFC, realistically, hasn't been around in the UK for that long, has it? Like, when I was younger, it wasn't a thing here in the UK. I remember having my first KFC. Well, I didn't know that chicken could taste like heaven. It was so good. Love it. Other restaurants for fast food are available. They're just not as good. No, I'm joking. They're all delicious, I'm sure.
I must admit, Ben does what I like to call a Ben FC.
Oh.
So he's got his own coating.
His own seasonings.
And honest, you think KFC tastes like heaven. You should.
Is this better?
It really does.
Don't you worry, I'll nip round next week. Thank you for the invite. I presume that's what it was. That's looking really pretty, Michelle.
It is. So all I'm doing is I'm just building it up. I'm using the box on the inside. I will. You'll be putting some on the inside as well. But so I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a particular company where you can buy cards from, and they've got fresh flowers in a little box behind. Ah. And I saw that. It's been going for quite a few years now. And the first time I saw that, I thought that is going to be amazing. As a card, obviously with handmade cards, handmade flowers in. So every time or any time I get a chance to do that with a collection, either like this or our flowers, any of our flowers, it looks fabulous. And obviously these ones don't die after a week or so. Yeah. So you're going to be keeping these ones for a lot longer.
Oh, here he is, Ben's in. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Been to Wells, next to the sea.
Did he go for an ice cream without me?
I don't know.
Has he been for what I think he might have been?
What do you think he's been for?
A kitten. A kitten.
Do you think he's picked up Alice's kitten?
Well, I don't know.
Ben, more information. Ice cream or kitten? You let us know, please. Also, we forgive you for being late.
We do. If it's for a kitten, we forgive you. If it's an ice cream, we just don't.
Sammy says, Michelle, I too am on my way to your and Ben's house for the Ben FC. Yeah. Spoil my queue. Love it. Oh, Mimi, I have had your question through and I will ask it in a moment.
You mean when I don't have the hot glue gun in my finger?
Yeah, and also when you're not clearly concentrating a lot. Although actually, I know that you're very good at explaining this one. Mimi, is saying, me. Michelle mentioned yesterday about how to fix Gemini plates when they start to bow. Can you go over it again?
Absolutely.
How do you do it?
So all you're going to do is when they start to bow, you're just going to boil your kettle.
Yeah.
You're going to fill either your washing up bowl or your sink.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to sit your plate in it. And once you've sat your, even if it's bowed, just cover it with your hot water, your boiling hot water.
Yeah.
Leave it in your sink. You will see it will start to straighten out. I just like to, so I use my rolling pin and I just give it a good press at each side. And it flattens it. You don't have to put any pressure on it. You're just making sure each side is, you know, under the water, and it will flatten out. And then you can either let the water cool with it in it or take it out. And I put it on the side in my kitchen, and I've got a couple of worktop savers. They're roughly the size of this, but they're like granite ones, so they're quite heavy. So I'll put it on the side, I put those 2 worktop savers on it, and then I put my Gemini on it. So it's got some nice weight. Just make sure there's like some nice weight there. I leave it overnight. When I get up in the morning, it is as straight as a board.
Love it.
That is, don't put it in the oven. You will, no, there's so many people who have said, I've seen who've said, oh, I've shoved mine in the oven for 5 minutes. Don't. Just don't.
It's not worth having to buy a new oven for, quite frankly.
Do you know what? If you forget about it and, you know, you set your house on fire, it's just, no. This is something I've always done, and Sarah's done it as well, and Sarah has herself said on these shows, this is something she does. So, you know, if Sarah's saying that it's okay to do, and we as craft experts do it as well, that is the only way we will say to you is the safest way to do it.
Absolutely.
But it works a treat, absolutely works a treat.
Hello to Kim, who, if you remember, is granddaughter, 6 years old, in Frozen tomorrow. The Frozen play is an all-children cast ranging from 4 years old to 18 years old. That is going to be, because Frozen already quite magical. But with 4-year-olds up, I mean, that's going to be adorable. Kim, I hope you and your family have a fabulous time at that.
That just it does sound amazing, doesn't it? That is just so cute. Kids in anything, in any play, they're just so cute and cute. Kids are just cute, especially when they're singing and dancing and performing.
Ben's let us know why you went to Wells.
Right.
He had a mint choc chip.
Mint choc chip? Well, that's not like Ben. He normally has something really disgusting like rum and raisin.
That's because I've just made that up. He did go and get a kitten!
Oh!
Ben, please send a picture to Michelle. Thank you very much. We will show it shortly off of her phone. I need to see a picture of this adorable kitten. And what was the kitten possibly going to be called? Ralpheus or something? What was it?
Ralphina.
Ralphina was a thought of the idea. Have we kept that name?
Well, so it's going to be a girl kitten that we're getting.
You've gotten?
Well, that we've gotten, yeah. So Alice's best friend is called Ralph. And when she told, well, Ralphie, sorry. Get it right, Michelle. So when she told him, he was like, oh my God, so I'm going to be like its granddad and you must call it Ralphina. And I must admit, the more I say Ralphina, the more it's growing on me. And I was like, no, but...
I love it. Susie says, we've also got a new kitten. It was a stray one that has adopted us. Do you want to see a picture of mine? Susie, I think we all know the answer to that. Come on now.
That doesn't even need asking, does it?
I know. Wow. That's so cool. Kittens for everyone.
Oh, I know. So I'm going to pop a few in the middle as well, because when you open it up, you're going to want it to look just as nice on the inside as it does on the outside. So by popping a few in here as well, not only does it add that extra excitement when someone opens this up, it covers all my bits of glue up, it gets rid of any unsightly mess in there. So let's just pop a couple on there. And again, you will have more time than me to really go to town and build all this up. I'm going to leave that as that for now. And I did have, so I've got birthday wishes. So I'm just going to pop that in there. We're just going to use a bit of glue while hot glue. Now I've got it out. I'm going to pop that on there. So if I just turn this round for you. So you've got that beautiful gift as flowers. You've still got space in there to be writing whatever you want. Oh, look.
That is phenomenal. Loads of love coming through for that card. If you want to recreate it, let me show you some of the treats we've got in here. So you're getting loads of your papers in there, lots of different varieties for you. This one, for example, is for the ranunculus, which we made earlier on, but you don't have to use it for that. You're getting your embossing folders, more flowers in here, loads of different types, and it is that same sort of quilling technique that you've got. I'm bringing to you lilies in here. We have got for you beautiful tea roses. I've got frames upon frames upon pages of beautiful paper specifically designed to give you that realism. But don't forget, you can add to these, you can ink these, you can make your own. There's absolutely loads in there today. It is just £65 alone, or $85 now. Susie sent in a picture. Ooh. Feast your feline favouring eyes on this cutie. Oh my goodness, Susie! How
is adorable.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ooh. Oh, look how cute! What do you think?
Cute.
How cute? I love.
His or her?
Susie, what's the animal's name, please? Oh, I just love how tiny. Susie, I'm absolutely adoring how cute. Oh, Susie's message saying he is still quite tiny. We are calling him Boots because of his white socks on his feet. Oh my goodness, I just love it. Congratulations, Susie, and your family. Ben says he sent you a picture.
I have it. Shall I bring it over?
You can just show it there, can't you?
Can you see it here? Can you see it from? Are we going to both or in front of me?
Front of you.
Shall we go?
Yeah, go in front. Oh my goodness! Look at the eyes. Looks like a bush baby.
How cute is that?
Oh, like
it
a
does
little
look like a little
bat.
bat.
Oh, that is so cute. I love it. Well, if that's not enough to put you in a good mood, I don't know what is. In fact, I do. What about treating yourself to some goodies? We are going to head on into a break right now. Check out your baskets. We're back with so many more crafts after this.
Look where I am. This is our amazing brand new warehouse. This is the one you always hear us talk about, our global fulfillment centre, just down the road from our offices. Anyway, it's gorgeous, it's brand spanking new, but already it is literally crammed full to the rafters with stuff. Amazing stuff, but stuff that we need to clear out and make some space for. So the good news is, all of next week, I am taking over the whole channel. Crafters TV is having a full-on Sarah-style takeover for Sarah's Craft Clear Out. We've got deals going on all week, brand new drops every single day, amazing shows planned throughout the week. You do not want to miss it. Keep an eye out for an email, keep an eye out on our socials for more information, and I'll see you bright and early for Wake Up Call on Monday morning.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set. Quick Buy, get yours now.
Welcome back. How was your break? Just fiddling around with one of these, you know, the little hangers. Just got my finger stuck, fully stuck. Do you know what the team did? They came and rescued me. No, they didn't. They all sat where they were and laughed. I nearly had a permanent hand adornment then. Nearly. Anyway, and that was whilst I was getting the 15-second countdown before coming back from break. I thank you, Charlotte. Anyway, it's lovely to be with you today. Oh my goodness, so much love coming through for the kittens. There really, really is. Michelle's lovely Ben's just been to pick up a kitten, and our fabulous Susie's just got her little kitten boots. Oh, hey, that reminds me of when you learn to beatbox. You know, cats and boots. Cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots, and then you throw in a chicken tikka. Do you remember that? Yeah? Good. We have got for you loads of love coming through. It's just gorgeous, and I'm so glad that everyone's adding beautiful fluffy additions to their family. If you want to add a crafting addition to your family, hey, you're in the right place. I've got some absolute stellar bargains on for you, and I'm going to bring to you now the succulents, if I may. Succulents are really fashionable. They're in all of the home stores. They have been for a few years. They're lovely because they're structural, almost architectural, and the lovely thing with these is you can make your own. And this is a big selection. A big selection. And I'm going to show you first off, if I may, the boards of the actual succulents themselves. So these are what you're going to be able to make. Now do forgive these, because I know that these look a little bit blah, 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 but we made these boards a while ago, and obviously with storage they get a bit squidged, but we will show you them properly shortly. That's your neon breaker that we've got. I've also got some swordgrass in here. I'll bring it to you your jade plant. I've also got in here your Merry Maiden. I'm bringing for you your baby aloe, and I've also got for you your light china. Now also in here you are going to be getting I'll show you, as well as the sort of dies that you're going to be getting, such as these that you can pop into your designs and make some stunning pieces with. You're also going to be able to get your hands on other extra elements within here. So we've got things like your geo wire trellis design here, which looks just beautiful with that sort of ornate detail that's all raised. I've got for you some nice stencil-y bits, some more embossing-y bits. I've got for you dies. I've even got for you lovely dies that are tags basically, which, don't forget, you can cut these out in different mediums and actually have them outside, and you know, you could have your herbs written on here and actually use them as outdoor elements if you wanted, even if you just did it in card and maybe you popped over it like an outdoor sealant. That's absolutely doable. I've got for you your tags in here too, which go great with it, and I've even got you a plant pot, so if you did want to do a design like this, then you absolutely can. A lot of elements within here. In fact, £115 worth, nearly $157 worth. Today, $157 goes out the window, and $38 is all you're paying for this.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I should pay more attention to my own shows, but I have just I don't look at the price, but I've just seen the price.
Yeah. What do you think of $119 saving?
I think, yes, please.
Yeah. Do you know what? This is one of those price points that I would say, even if for whatever reason, you know, maybe you haven't tried the quilling before. Maybe you've watched it and you've thought, am I going to find that too difficult? Maybe you haven't even thought about it. For that price, the £25 or $38, just to get the likes of the embossing folders and the dies for the likes of you know, not your skewers, your tags and things like that, you are saving so much, even just on those elements, even if you've not tried the quilling. Don't get me wrong, now you've got the quilling elements, you'll probably give it a go, realise how easy it is and fall absolutely head over heels. But if you don't, you're still making a saving and you've still got those to pass on to others if you want. £20 platinum price. I mean, come on, these are absolutely flying out of the door as quick as a whippet on a Sunday. If you do want to treat yourself to them, do not dilly nor dally, because this is just go time, okay? This is the time for you to dive on in. And don't forget, we will be having demonstrations with these. If you've got any questions about this, maybe you've never seen something like this before, message us in on our socials. We've got the wonderful Susie, superstar, who's looking after you today. Do feel free to let us know where you are, what you're up to, and how much you're loving these makes. And speaking of makes, what we're making next.
Oh, so we've got the sensational Succulent Geo Wire Trellis, and I've picked a couple of the quilling dies. So I've got my swordgrass. I use this with everything. It is just beautiful. And you don't even necessarily have to quill this one up. You can have it across the front of your cards. And one of our other collections, we've got a lovely picket fence, a white picket fence. That is going to go beautifully with that. I think it's those builder scenes that we've got, isn't it? Those sort of Z-fold builder scenes.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, you don't need to be fair, you don't need to be quilling any of these up. You know, you can be cutting them out. If you're not brilliant at the quilling, like I just said, you can be folding these up. Not going to look quite as right with these ones, that one for sure, but just have a little bit of a practice. And the thing is, you've seen that I quill with this, so you know it's not as if you even need a quilling tool if you haven't got one. So if you get these, you don't have the quilling tool, use either your tweezers or your poker tools. You know, you don't have to have, it's like I was saying earlier, I think as crafters we always find another way. There's always a way. If we want to do something, there's always a way.
Yeah.
Right, so I've also got this. So this isn't from this collection. This is the Garden Florals. The paper pads, you know, swap and change. Just because these are succulents doesn't mean you have to do them just in green. So I've picked these through 3 colours, and it's from that tea rose pad, and I'm going to cut those out in them. And then I've just got some black card, and this is just 5x7, just folded in half, and I've used one of our stitched, I think it's like the fancy square, where is it? What have I done with it? Here, just show you. So it's this one, the torn edge square.
Lovely.
Dies that I'm going to use. Let me just pop that back under there. So what I'm going to do is take that off there, pop that on there. So my embossing folder is just a 2D embossing folder. So just pop that in there. Just let me get that nice and straight. So my plate combination is going to be my 2 outside plates. If it was a 3D, I would replace one of these with my plastic shim and metallic magnetic shim. I think we should change its name to metallic because it never gets called magnetic. I always call it metallic. But to be fair, I don't think I call anything by its proper name. Everything has like a Michelle vocabulary name.
Oh, I love that. It's a good way of putting it.
So there you go. So that's the front. I love this. And again, so it doesn't matter which side you use because both, I mean, that's the emboss and this is the deboss. I actually really like the deboss just as much as I do the emboss. So that was a case of how many times in 10 seconds can I say emboss and deboss. So that is that piece for now. Just going to pop that to the side. Let's die cut these out. So I'm going to again bring in my plate. And I'm just going to pop those on there. And because these are only a lightweight paper, you can run a couple of these through at once and it will cut. So I've got 2 here. It will cut all the way through. So just bring it. So again, I've gone back to my normal plate combination now for these. Making sure that I'm just poking off the edge a little bit and pop it in. Should I try and tidy up as I go along?
Nah.
It's so boring, that bit, isn't it? I pretend, I do it at home, pretend to look busy, not really busy.
Yeah. Good. Not just me then.
No. No. Let me just peel those off. Tidying up in between crafting just takes time away from crafting.
Agreed.
And it only gets a mess again anyway.
True.
Let me just... So just on...
Oh, that looks brilliant. I've not seen it cut out in this paper before.
That's just
great.
Just a little bit different. It's lovely, isn't it?
Almost looks like the top of radishes. You know, when they grow, or like spring onion tops.
Yes. Let me just...
Miriam
You
is
just have to
saying,
be-
what a great price. Agree with you, Miriam. Absolutely fantastic. Works out approx 55p per item.
Really?
Yeah, that's not even the platinum price. Just a standard £25 price. About 55p per item.
Oh, because this is all jaggedy edges, I'm having a little trouble getting it out. That bit just did not want to play, and I've ripped a little, but that's okay. Let's
Fixable.
just go in with my little snips and get it off. And to be honest, once you've rolled that up, you're not necessarily going to see that little bit anyway. I'm just being a little bit... I had to get rid of that. Right. Pop those away. So again, we're going to bring in my mats. Let me just move my... Oh, I've got them all caught again. Look at that, in my grass. So I'm going to do exactly the same on these two as what you saw me doing before. So I'm going to red liner tape them up. I'm going to use my flower forming ball tool.
Lovely.
To give my petals... Are there still petals on a succulent?
Leaves, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a garden.
No.
Urgh.
You're not a garden or a gardener?
No, neither. Do not forget that you can get social with us. Lots of people still talking about cats, which I'm not afraid of at all. If you do want to get social, head on over to our social media. Maybe you want to tell us if you've been watching any sports. Commonwealth Games are on at the moment. We've got the Euros on tomorrow, the Euros final, very exciting. Maybe you'd like to tell us if you were in, for example, the Commonwealth Games, what would your sport be? Which one of the ones that they do? I think I'd be a lawn bowler, I think.
Do you do that?
I have in the past, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm pretty good. Well, I'm not pretty good, it's just that I'm left-handed. So if you go first, people find it really hard to follow yours.
Yes.
So I'd get a lot of this good wood. Which basically means you've chucked the ball quite well. But yeah, that'd be my one. What about yours, Michelle?
Is weighted hula hooping in there?
If it's not, it should be. It should be. We were chatting about Michelle's weighted hula hooping. And you have a hula hooping playlist, don't you, Michelle?
I do. So it's the most random playlist. So I've got Tom Petty in there. Good old Tom Petty, American Girl. Oh, we're showing my age now, aren't I?
No, everyone knows that song.
Did I?
Bit of Lady Gaga you have as
I've got
well.
a little bit of Lady Gaga in there. Oh, I've got some of the most random songs in there. There's a little bit of club music in there. There's all sorts in there. There's the Hoosiers. Got some.
Brilliant. I love it.
But it's all about listening to music that makes you want to dance or makes you want to move. If you've got like a nice slow Lionel Richie song on,
you can't hula. Right, you can't hula to that. I get you. Jane has asked, can you use these with the flower forming foam?
So you can. You're not really going to be able to heat set them. So you're going to be using the foam as it is in its natural form. I've not done it, so I don't know what it looks like. You can have a go, but you absolutely can, but you just wouldn't be heat setting it. Is the only difference I would imagine.
Also, if you don't have a ball tool, which you've used to give the shape, what else could you use?
If you don't have a ball tool, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have something in your stash to use. So if you maybe go into your kitchen drawer and you've got a small spoon, or a marble, use a marble. A small spoon, anything that's just got sort of I mean, you could use this, so technically I could use this because it's just got that bit of a rounded edge that's going to allow me to do it. So anything that you've got in your bit drawer, as I like to call it.
Your big what?
Bit drawer.
I thought you said big drawers. I just had this image of Bridget Jones. I didn't, well, bit drawer.
Yeah, we've all got one of those drawers that we all throw all sorts of bits in.
Yeah, no, you're right, we do.
So
we all have big drawers as well, to be honest. Bits drawer, right, yeah, good. So your odds and ends.
Yeah, I have a bit drawer and big drawers. Not gonna lie.
Love it.
Right, so I've just rolled those up and then we're just gonna pull those out. You can sort of twist them around a little bit, utch them up into place.
Looks so cool.
And again, so that and those different colours just look absolutely lovely. And then with this, I'm not going to roll it up. I'm just going to fold it.
Okay.
You get the same effect. It's just a lot easier to do it this way.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to use again. So I'm going to use a little bit of my hot glue, just to.
It is a bit like a hula skirt. You're right. That is so true.
It really is, yeah. So I'm just going to pop those to the side for 1 second.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring this back in. So this is going to be my sort of main card, and I've got a few bits here. So this is just a piece of card. It's 6 by 7, and I've scored an inch at each side, and it's just sat there like a little table. This is exactly the same, but the other way. And my 2 tabs at each side, those at ½ an inch wide. So we're just gonna pop those together. Where's my glue? I'm just gonna make a nice little display. And again, you can really go to town with the amount of pieces you put in this. And again, depending on the size, so how big you're gonna make it. So when I'm done, it's almost like I've got a H.
Ah, I get you. Yeah.
You see that? Yeah, you can see that. So let me just flatten it out. And so I've got one of these pieces of paper, it is the quilling paper, but I'm going to use that on there. We're going to use it as a decorative bit rather than to just quill with. So again, they are just papers, so don't, if you want to use them for something else, then absolutely do it.
Fab.
Let me get rid of that. So that seeped out a little bit, but you can see it just rubbed away perfectly.
I'm intrigued to see where this is going.
So I'm going to sit this on top, and I'm going to glue those tabs to the inside. So I'm going to use this, so it gives me enough time to wiggle it into place.
Okay.
And if you didn't want to glue this into place, you can just have it stood in the middle, flatten it down to centre someone, and then they can just pop it up and stand it like that. They don't have to have it all glued up and in place.
That's a good tip.
And again, it's just a different way, a different shape, a different idea to display a few of your succulents rather than in little pots, things like that. It's just a different way. And that's what I've think we just try to do when we've got something and we've made lots of things with it. We want to look at it and think, actually, I want to do something a little bit different this time. What can I do?
And you know what? These are perfect for that because let's be honest, they are different in themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I think having something different will take you out of your comfort zone, give you that enjoyment of exploration.
Yeah.
And you can play with quirky treats like what Michelle's doing now. Ooh, Betsy says, I use the end of my Spectrum Noir marker caps instead of the shape of ball tool.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's a good one. Thank you for that tip, Betsy.
So there we go. So I've almost just got a little display. You could put acetate over those if you wanted to have it like a little greenhouse type thing. So I've just got 3 because that's all that I want. But again, the bigger you make this, the more of these that you can pop in the middle. So let me just going to get, again, I'm just using my pokey tool. Oh, you wouldn't think words would be so hard, would you? And I'm just randomly curling those edges just so they all have a little bit of shape and dimension to them. And then we're just going to shush them out. So I'm going to stand this one in first. So I'm just going to pop that right in the middle. I'm just going to hold it down. Let's pop this one next to it.
They almost look like water lilies when you look at them from the side.
They
in
do,
that colour.
don't
Really nice.
they? Do. And then just a little bit of glue on that bottom there. I'm going to pop that just in the middle.
Oh.
And sometimes, not very often with me, can I just say, but sometimes less can be more. So I'm just shushing my little petals out on that grass just until I'm quite happy with it. And then all I've got here is I've just got a best wishes.
Oh.
I've just used one of the leaves from, I think it is from the garden, what are they called? Why can I never remember? Garden florals. And I'm just going to pop that on there. So yes, before you ask, I have taken it off of a card that I wasn't right happy with. So rather than throw it away, I will just reuse it.
Yeah. Great way to do it.
So I'm just going to pop that on there like that. Ouch. I'm going to move my stuff and just turn that round for you.
Oh.
And I have got, so if I just lift it up for you, there you go, just a nice little display. It just looks lovely sat on the side because they're so beautiful. You want to see them on display, the succulents. So
That is such a cool, quirky, fun idea. Thank you, Michelle, for showing us that. She's brilliant, isn't she? Every time the camera comes back to me, I've started to get an itchy nose today. What is happening? When you're not looking at me, absolutely fine. When you are, it's like, oh, I don't know, just a dog hair goes, woo! Ooh, I've been waiting, Anyway, do apologise. I'm not just like a general nose picker. Anyway. Do you remember when you used to pretend to pick your nose? No? Anyway, moving on. I have got for you a stellar opportunity here. Let me just put it this way, okay? I'm going to be bringing to you all of these gorgeous dies. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. You can use them for these. You can use them for absolutely loads of things. I've even got for you some tags here as well. These ones are cool, you know. This one here, imagine doing that and maybe like laminating it and maybe writing like a name on it. That could be a really nice little centre of like a bracelet or something, couldn't it? You could do loads of things with that. Anyway, yeah, so you're getting the ones like this. I'm getting loads of different succulents. I've got a jade. I've got a Merry Maiden, Lila China. I've got your baby aloe vera. I've got your neon breaker. I've also got, it sounded like I was, let's get ready to rumble. Neon breaker. I've also got for you this beautiful design here, which is your garden frame. As you can see, you've got the framing detail in there. Nice big design with that little element there to add some textures and designs. I've got for you that terrarium 3D effect. I've got another lovely die here for you, which creates some stunning little attributes to your cards. I've got more stampy die things. These just to give you an idea of the elements that you're getting. Oh, hey up, Redders, don't forget, I've also got for you this lovely embossing folder, which looks like this. Really nice 2D embossing folder. This, I think, although it is kind of a you know, wire work trellis, this is so modern and edgy. Use it at different angles. You're going to be able to create some fabulous looks. And you've even got your swordgrass as well here, which is this die that we've just worked with. That's a big die. That's a usable die. That's 55p's worth, approx. So's that. 55p for an embossing folder. Couldn't buy a stamp for that nowadays. You couldn't. This is real value for money we're talking about here. I'm not gonna, you know, have you on about this. We are giving you this at such a discounted deal today that basically we're just kind of doing you a bit of a favour as a thank you for being with us, thank you for sticking with us, thank you for watching us, and you know, thank you for all of your lovely messages and all of the rest of it, because there is no chance in a month of Sundays that this should be working out about 55p per item. There is no way. This is a deal for you and for you alone. And today it is just £25 or $38 worth. It's just stunning. If you do fancy getting your hands on it, now is your chance. You know, let's be completely honest here. We're not going to be, you know, you're not going to be hanging around now for us to hopefully knock another tenner off this in the future. It's not going to happen. You know, this kind of deal, this is your get it now or get it never sort of deal. So do seize the moment on that one. Now, I've not just got that for you from the lovely Sharon Callis. I've also got for you her heartfelt greetings. These are really nice because you cut them into your card, you use some stamps with them, and they all line up perfectly to create details like this. So we've got a die that cuts out thinking of you. On this one, it also cuts out your little details there where you can almost like pop ribbon through if you wanted, sort of in, out, swirl it all about. It's the okie dokie, isn't it? Anyway, you can colour in elements here. I've also got your thank you, which comes with your roses. I've got happy birthday with a present and some balloons. And then I have got for you your sending blessings, and this has got the lovely butterflies, which again you sort of layer up and do yourself. So it's really easy to create an eye-catching look. If you like to do a little bit of colouring but not too much, nice size on these, easy to do but very effective. All four of them £15 on the nose, or $16.96. So do absolutely feel free to treat yourself to those ones now if you so wish. Lots of love coming in for your fabulous cards. Oh, that is so lovely, Michelle. It says Mary. Hi, Mary. I've got Adriana in saying, I love it, Michelle. Panda is saying, this is adorable. Jane's going, beautiful, Michelle. It's cool, isn't it? Miriam is saying, I would so love to hang with Michelle and get her insider tips for inspiration. This is so lovely. Oh, that's so nice. Speaking of tips, actually, Kirsty's not asked you for a tip directly, but I'm going to turn it into one. Michelle, my weighted hula hoop has turned up this afternoon. I haven't tried it out yet.
You
Go on.
are going to love it.
What are your
really
tips?
Are. Just have fun. If you do struggle a little bit though, because do you know what, I've seen loads of people say, oh, I can't do it. I can't, you know.
I was saying earlier, I can't hula hoop.
Well, no, I can't hula hoop. So a normal one I can't do. But these ones that fasten around your waist and they've got the weight on that you spin round, so much easier. But if you do struggle a little bit to start with, persist. If you struggle a little bit more, just give me a message and I'll help you out.
What, are you going to be doing some TikTok video? Why have we not
not,
seen you
no.
TikToking, doing all this, giving it, you know, what, poker face? Hey. Why have we not seen that yet?
Yeah, no.
Why not?
The world's not ready for Michelle hula hooping. Can I just say?
I don't know. I think you'd have a lot of viewers.
My top tip
Go
for
on.
hula hooping, it isn't about spinning your waist, it's about going from leg to leg. So you're going to be going, you're sort of swaying from leg to leg more than trying to spin your hips round. That's my biggest tip.
Okay,
So
I
remember
like
that.
it. So more of a waft, less of a whirl.
Yes.
Brilliant. Top tip. Tips from the hips. Yes, Jamie. I love it. Miriam, we are on air for another 45 minutes. If you do have a go before we end, do feel free to let us know how it went.
Feel free to send a video in.
I bet Miriam would if you did. We have got that wonderful Heartfelt greeting collection to talk about now. And it does create really sort of eye-catching cards pretty pronto, doesn't it?
It really does. We are talking about heartfelt greetings, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a little bit carried away with the hula hooping thing.
Right.
Totally forgot what I was here
Yeah,
for.
no. Heartfelt greetings.
But yes, so these are perfect. So I think with Sharon, her inspiration or her idea behind these was sort of the dome front cards that you can make. Makes a beautiful aperture in there. But I'm just going to use it just a tiny little bit different today. So I've cut my piece of card out and it is 5.5 by 5.5. And I've already got my bits out of the middle. So so this is the die. Let me just take that bit off there. So this is the die. You can see that there's no outside cutting blade, so it's just going to cut in. So hence Sharon's inspiration or idea of being a dome front card. It's just a beautiful aperture in the front of your card. This, rather than just a normal one, you've got this stunning aperture and then you've got that beautiful imagery and sentiment running through the middle. So let me just get rid of these few pieces of paper that are still stuck in there, and then we'll run it through.
Okay.
There we go. So let's just pop this in the middle, and then we'll tape it down. And again, I'm going to try to tape onto the bits that are the waist. Then I don't need to worry about potentially ripping a little bit of the card that I'm wanting to keep or decorate. So just pop that on there. And again, just using my normal plate combination.
A lot of people going hula hoops for the hula hoops right now. Miriam is saying, I love the hula hoop. I was the elementary school champion. So fun. I agree with Michelle. It's not the hips, it's the legs.
Yes.
I can never hula hoop. Apart from that, I can do one of them way on the arm, bit of that. I'm good at them.
Round your neck.
Yeah, round your neck. Yeah, I was good at that. Actual hula hooping. Not a chance. Hey, I'm not going to lie, I could do one on each arm
Yes,
as well.
could
That's
do
pretty
that.
good. Don't think I ever got good at the foot version, but something to practice. Actually, is that possible? How far up can you get your leg? Personal question. Anyway, carry on, Michelle. I like this job. Don't want to dig myself a hole and lose it by accident.
Right, so I've die cut that out. Just going to get rid of those middle bits. Let me just, where's my, oh, there it is, poker tool.
Annie said hula hoops were the must-have toy when I was in grade school. Yes, I am that old. Oh, no, that's not an old thing. I think hula hoops have always been pretty cool.
I think so.
The one we used to have was when you skipping rope. You know, when you skip in.
Yeah.
You do all the, everyone would do the bits and bobs,
yeah,
and you'd
could do that.
And that thing you'd put on one ankle, yeah, and you spin and jump.
My daughter had one of those.
Oh, I don't think I could do it now. I know I've not got one on.
Nearly broke her shin every time she used it.
Oh, really? Oh, bless.
I mean, she's not uncoordinated or anything like that. It's just if you don't jump quick enough, that's taking a shin out, isn't it?
That's true.
Right, so let's bring in the stamping platform. So I've got all my bits cut out, so we're going to pop this on here. And we're going to put those flowers on. And we're going to try, oh, let me just flatten that a little bit more. So where are we? Where is, so you're gonna be, it's almost like a jigsaw figuring out, or just look at the packaging, that might help. Where is my packaging? There it is. Oh, that's not the right one then, is that it? So no, you can't mix and match these. They do fit exactly where, there we go. It should, no, is that right? But it is now. We'll go with it. It's one of those things that when you're at home and you're trying to get this on, it goes on perfect every time. But when I'm trying to show you guys, it's not having any of it.
I get that. Ooh, Miriam. If you remember Miriam, aka elementary school hula hoop champiano, says I can hula hoop on the neck, the arms, single leg, yeah, one leg at a time, right? Although I'd love to see someone do both. Hips, and jump through it. This is obviously isn't all at the same time. Miriam says, oh, I could 20 years ago. Lol, I'll have to get it out. I still have it somewhere. Miriam, do so.
Yes.
Also, I want to know what jump through it means. I know that sounds silly, but I can't get my head around that.
Sort of,
what, do you super girl it? Like, woo! Or are we talking cannonball? You know what I mean? How do you go through it? You put your hands at the top and you jump through the hula hoop. The big hula hoop. You flip it over your head. Oh, like a skipping rope. Oh, clever. That makes sense. That makes much more sense than my cannonballing. Oh, I'm glad I asked though. I'm glad I asked. Thanks for that, Miriam. That's a lovely visual image.
So I've stamped, I got them the right way. The reason that I was struggling a little bit more is because I've cut mine down. So the stamp was a little bit longer than where I've cut it down to. So I was trying to get it in place when part of that placement has been cut away. But I got it there in the end.
Beautiful.
So I'm just going to go in with my tri-blends. We're just going to colour these daffodils. And again, I'm not going to worry too much about doing a perfect blend on these. Because I don't really need to. In fact, I think I've just coloured in a leaf yellow as a petal and it's a leaf, but that's okay. It can now be a petal.
Cool. Susie says we've started something here. Betsy has messaged saying, I've just bought this hula hoop contraption you're talking about. I'm going to try it. I can see the dog's getting walloped by the flying weight. This should be interesting. You've been really enjoying it, haven't you?
I have been loving it. It is just been, because obviously everyone knows that I'm on a bit of a health journey at the minute with regards to my walking and things like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of exercise. I'm not. Mm-hmm. But I love walking. So if you're walking, I mean, I said I don't have earbuds in. I listen to my surroundings. I just like to lose myself for a couple of hours. Dive away, you know, from dragonflies and things like that. That's a whole other story.
But your weighted hula hoop, you're a fan.
Oh, I think it's the only exercise. I mean, I used to be on the netball team and I was very good at that. Just blew my own trumpet again, didn't I?
That's all right, but blow away. If you can't think you're good, who else can?
I really enjoyed that, but that was totally different. That was like in my teens. I think I'd break a hip if I tried to do that now. You know, I'm at that age where I have to look after my hips.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But the hula hooping, honest to God, I really enjoy it. It is.
And you only do about half an hour, is that right?
Yeah, so I do 30 minutes a day, which is more than enough. I mean, I started out doing it at like 10 minutes and I was like literally dying on the floor. But I'm loving it. It's just, honest, that's all I can say is it's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. And I think it's because it's something a little bit different as to what we normally do. You know, you're normally getting weights or you're doing, you know, the treadmill or
same
little
old sort
rowing
of thing.
machine thing. You know, some sort of same things.
Yeah.
But this is just, I'm loving it.
Oh, glad. And also it means that you can put on your tunes and have a good old sing-along.
I do. So I shut myself in the kitchen. I shut the dog out so I don't, you know, crack his skull, bless him, because he's at the right height. My husband turns the telly up. In fact, my husband's normally, by the time I go back into the living room, because I've shut myself in the kitchen, he's normally got Laurel and Hardy on.
Oh.
So I shut the window so no one can hear me singing. You know, the neighbours aren't going to be screaming at me to be quiet. No one needs that. No one needs that kind of...
Lynn's just messaged saying, I loved my hula hoop when I was young. I used to do a few at a time and I walked along whilst hula hooping. Yes, and I used to hula hoop and skip too. I think you should take it up again, Linny. Because do you know what? How much more exciting, if you can hula hoop and walk at the same time, would a big shop be? Do you know what I mean? When you've got to do the big shop, oh, it's mundane, isn't it? But all of this down the aisles, oh my gosh, that would make it so much better. Good for you, entertaining, making something a bit, but you'd make other people's day, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be kicked out for hula hoop. Surely not. No, you wouldn't.
Never.
If I could hula hoop, I would test that out this evening. You would not be kicked out for hula hooping in a shop. I don't know. On what grounds? Sorry. Yeah, you're not going to knock any... Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It's the hula hoop as long as your arm. Every time you reach for something, just go click, 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 clatter it all off. That's a good point. Been quite good for the 2 metre rule hula hoops, wouldn't it? The government didn't think of that, did they? That to keep people apart. Oh, fancy learning to hula hoop now. Can you walk and hula hoop?
No.
No. Even with your weighted one?
I can barely walk and not trip over my own feet. I can do sort of little movements. I can sort of walk a little bit around the kitchen.
Like sidestep type thing?
Yeah. So I have just, I've just put a strip down there, just of white, because I will show you why in a minute.
Okay.
I've put my acetate on there. I'm not bothered about having that stuck down to the acetate, but if you are, you would go over the whole of the back with your dotty, that's not my dotty, with your dotty, to have it stuck to the acetate. But it doesn't really, again, yes, it's personal preference, depends what you're looking for, what kind of style you're going for, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I'm just going to use the foam.
It's a great thing about creativity, isn't it?
It is. It is. I think when you're doing any kind of art, so if you're an artist or you're arts and crafts, anything like that, I know that there's supposed rules, but do you know what, for me, if you're having fun and, you know, you're crafting away, you're enjoying what you're doing, then do you know what? Rules, schmules.
Do you know what? Schmool's not a word I hear enough. No, I love that. It's a very good sentiment.
But the thing is, art, and this is a form of art, it's a personal thing. You know what, someone will look at a Monet and think, oh my God, that's awful. But then someone else is going to look at it and think it's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's the same with any art. If
Yeah.
anyone, you know, ever looks at your stuff, I had a friend who was quite insulting about my work quite a while ago. Quite upset me, but then you think, actually, I shouldn't let it upset me. I shouldn't let what she's just said bother me.
Are you still friends with her?
I am. She's a friend from, I mean, I've known her since I was about 3. It was a case of...
Was it that it just wasn't her taste?
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just a huge insult. It was a case of when I was selling my stuff on craft fairs and stuff, she asked me how much a particular card was. And when I told her, she went, what? I can get 10 for £1 from... And she named, you know, the shop in town. It's all right, but I wouldn't pay that for it, she went. In a Yorkshire accent.
Okay. So, she wasn't your target audience then,
Definitely
quite clearly.
not. And she's one of those that doesn't get a handmade card for Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
She gets one of the 10 for £1 from the local shop.
Yeah. I love it. It's funny.
So I've got my card base. It's just a normal fold card base. I'm using craft card and I'm using some of this beautiful paper. You can see which it is. It's the sunflowers. But I'm going to use that side because I like that side. For no other reason than that side is just as pretty as this side. So pop that on there. Oh, have I got that? There we go. That's better. And then this is going to pop on the front there. But what we're going to do is, so the reason that I put that piece of card down the back,
Yeah.
and I do have this cut out as well, but I'm not sure if I want to mat and layer that over yet until I've got it on there.
Okay.
So the reason that I put that there is so I could have my foam there. So we're going to make a shaker card, but I'd got my 2 lots of sequins out and I couldn't decide which I wanted to use. And I knew I didn't want to mix them up. So I thought we'll have one in each side.
Way, that's exciting.
So let me take these off.
Pokes.
So I did a double shaker the other day as well, but that was totally different. That was layered on top of each other.
Right.
But these are going to be next to each other. I think we forget that, or not necessarily forget, we just do a shaker card and it's got that one shaker element. And you know what? Sometimes it's just so much fun to have loads of little windows of different coloured shaker bits and bobs that we've got. Right, so just checking that that's the right way. It's roughly going to go there. So let's just tip a few of these.
Oh, they're pretty.
They're just lovely. I love these sequins that we do because there's so many different sizes and shapes in that little packet. It just looks very cool.
And if you don't have sequins, you should do with little odds and ends, can't you?
Do you know, I used to just use my hole punch.
Yeah.
I just used to just hole punch loads and loads of different coloured cards and paper.
It's great.
Obviously, it took a long time.
Yeah.
But, we do have those dies now, don't we? Those sequin maker dies that we've got. Again, so I couldn't say if we've still got them in stock, but I know that
We did.
lots of us did manage to get those.
Oh, that was cool.
Here we go.
Lovely.
There's 2 different, we just give that there we go.
Fab.
So I don't think I want that on. I don't think it's the look I'm going for. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I've just got a tiny little bow. I've got my hot glue gun on still, haven't I? I'm going to pop that in the top corner. Just there. And then if I move all my rubbish and just turn that round for you.
Aww.
So you've got that double shaker element.
That's so lovely.
And it's just fun. It's just, yeah.
I adore it. I think that's so nice. And it's, as you say, a real twist that doesn't actually take that much extra time than a normal shaker.
No.
But really, really elegant. Thank you for showing us that. It's lovely, isn't it? If you want to recreate it, may I suggest to you that you treat yourself to these heartfelt greetings. You're going to be getting 12 elements in total, and you're getting your stamps and your dies that come together. And you'll be able to see you've got different shapes on these, which is always lovely. I will also mention to you as well, you'll notice that where the words actually attach to the pictures, really easy, 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cut, 4 cut, 5, and you will have your sending blessings in this instance alone for itself. So there are plenty of uses for these ones. I've also got for you your happy birthday. I've got for you in here your thank you, and I've got the thinking of you as well. All of them made, who was it? Someone, I can't remember. Where have you gone? What you like hiding from me? There you are, and do a wow. Look at the price of these heartfelt greetings. It's great, isn't it? Should be £60. Today though, £15 only. Again, do seize them whilst they're here and whilst they're making you smile. And speaking of Wales, we need to go and have a little look at how our stock levels are going, especially on that goodie bag. So whilst we do that, you have a little nosy at this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all out time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Hello, welcome back to you. How are you getting on today? Oh, I hope you're having a lovely one. I hope your weekend is fun-filled. Have you been watching some sports today? Maybe the Commonwealth Games? Maybe you are getting reared up for the Euros tomorrow. Do feel free to let us know. We've been talking a lot about sports, hula hooping, fast walking, we were just talking about in the break. Do let us know what you're up to. If you were to be doing a sport, say in the Commonwealth Games, what would you be doing? One I heard about today that I didn't know was a thing was freestyle wrestling. That's been going on today. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I quite like the idea that everyone just stands in a circle and there's a bit of light bobbing at points. Just my idea of what it might be. Oh, my mic's just gone flying away. Welcome back. We have got so many treats for you today. We really do. We've had the fabulous craft bowl earlier on. We had Play Your Crafts Right earlier, where we gave away 10 prizes. And now it's all about the fabulous Sharon Callis, who just makes these stylish designs that are really workable and usable. And I'm about to bring you some flower fairies now. In this, you're going to get 3 designs that you can layer up to create wonderful flower fairies. The lovely thing with these is if you did want to, for example, use all of the flowers, you can create this kind of design. But even if you don't want to, the actual stamp and die situation gives you the opportunity to just make like a ballerina style form. So it's not just great for fairy cards, it's great for dance cards, if anyone's got any recitals and that type of thing, it's lovely. 3 different wonderful people in this one. You've got Jasmine, you've got Rose, and you've got Aster in here. Today, just £17 for all of them. You're saving nearly £52 or $57. That's a really great deal for you to get your hands on these today. So if you do want to have a little bit of fun with your stamping, absolutely do. And one thing I will mention with these too is the stamps themselves have got so many intricacies to them, like even, you know, kind of little delicate areas where it looks like the sort of dewdrops on the flowers, the petals, etc. If you aren't really into colouring, then these stamp out so beautifully you don't have to, and you can see what they are and you can understand their majesty. I will mention though, if you do like colouring, I have got a Spectrum Noir goodie bag which is low in stock now, but it's a fantastic deal, so just thought I'd mention that. Shall we have a little look at our flower fairies? Michelle, which wonderful woman are we working with?
Well, I'm working with this one, but I don't have the stamp and die set with me, unfortunately.
The one that is Rose.
So yes, this is Rose. So I've got.
Do you
the
want me
others.
to carry on chatting whilst you look?
No, it's not here. I've got the others.
Okay.
But it's okay. So she is Rose. She's beautiful. But I've already got my bits stamped out. So we'll start from here. So these are my stampy out bits. Oh, have you got it?
Do you just want mine?
Yes.
Here you are. It's got some bits there.
Perfect.
There you are.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want these? Do you want a face as well? Do you want them? Or have you got them?
Yeah, that's perfect. No, I ain't got those.
Well, I'll give you the packet, but give it back.
All right.
No.
All right.
Cheers. Cheers, you're welcome.
There we go, that's better for you, so you can actually see the one I'm using now. So I've got Rose. She's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And again, you've got all those stamps in there. Look at those wings. And you've got the dies to cut them out. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pop that to the side. And we're going to colour in those amazing wings. Oh, do you know, well, I'll have to, Jake's had his hair cut. And he's left one of my dies out. It's almost like he's done is it Samson and Delilah when he cut his hair and he lost all his powers?
Like his powers have gone, yeah.
Maybe that's what's just happened with Jake. He's cut his hair and his powers have gone.
His hair does look good though, doesn't he? He popped on.
Oh, he looks lovely, doesn't he?
Great.
I think sometimes it's very much a dad thing. So he's sort of a new dad and getting up through the night, and you know, he says it does take a bit to do his hair and stuff. I think sometimes they're just like, get rid of it, don't it?
Yeah.
So much easier.
Just wake up and it's done then, don't you?
That's it, yeah. Yeah, because we wake up and, you know, we're all tired from night feeds. We just scrape our hair back into a bun. I'm pretty sure, well, I could have done actually, couldn't I? I don't know. Jake and a man bun.
I reckon he could pull that off, to be honest. Don't tell him it now, he's got no hair left, but he's had it all shaved off. It was great.
Bless him. Right, so I'm going to be colouring it in with my tri-blend. So again, so I've got my alcohol-proof ink pad, and again, I've just used my Noir black. I like using the black, so I know I do say a lot, pick up a different colour, but I actually like the black with the flower fairies. It just really, it makes them pop. Let's pop that to the side, bring in this, and we're just gonna, let me put that back on there. for Becky. So I've got 2 of my tri-blends, and I've got my hydrangea and I've got my lavender. And so we're just gonna, and again, so I've already got rose coloured in. So when I pop her in the middle, I don't need to worry too much about those middle bits being perfect, because you're not necessarily going to see them. So I'm not going to spend lots of time blending those inside bits in if I don't really need to.
Susan says, those flower fairies are enchanting. There's always some little girl or friend who deserves a sweet card. That's a really good point, most certainly, and they do make sweet cards. You've got lovely sentiments in these, such as, I made a wish and thought of you. You know, things like that are just beautiful, aren't they? And also, when you're looking at them, you know, depending on the colours you use, you could make one look a bit like Tinkerbell, couldn't you?
Of course.
You could maybe make some of them look, you know, like you have fairies in pantomimes, don't you? You know, enchanted fairies and fairy godmothers. It'd be lovely as like panto cards, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course. And do you know what? So I know my son's married now, but I know one of his ex-girlfriends was obsessed with Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
You know, so you can be colouring these up in particular colours.
Yeah.
Any particular colour, and she was in her early 20s, so it's not just the little girls that are obsessed with Disney and things like that. Some of the bigger ones are as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Obsessed sounded awful then, didn't it?
But, no. I think a lot of people would agree with you. There's big business in it.
It is, yeah.
2 of my friends make and sell Disney-inspired things, and they just sell it online, and that's their full-time job.
Yeah.
They were able to quit work to do it, and they go on holiday to Disneyland 5, 6, 7 times a year. Yeah, they love it. So no, I completely agree. There's a lot of people. There's big business in it.
Yeah,
so that would be quite nice, a sort of Tink-inspired design for sure. Oh, hey up, Susan's seen some things. Hiya, Susan, you all right? Susan went for a walk today. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Lovely. Went walking on the seafront today. Ship spotting. Oh, nice. Went with my friends. And it was along the River Thames. There were people swimming in the River Thames.
Oh,
That... You come out dirtier than when you came in, wouldn't you? Probably. Wow. Well, I never... Also, it's not nice weather out there today. Must be freezing. Must be. Was the south quite nice weather today, was it? It's been absolutely tipping it down out here, I tell you what. We are up north. It is quite a distance. Southampton apparently currently 22 degrees. So maybe it was worth a dip, but I'm not entirely sure I'd go for a dip in the Thames. Not particularly.
I'm not sure any extreme heat wave would make me swim in the Thames.
I'd dip a toe, I'll be honest. I'd dip a toe, for sure. Blimey, Susan, that sounds like a right... And an actual swim as well, not just a paddle. Not sure if it's for me. Kirsty is saying, I love the flower fairies. I printed and cut out them and added a hook and loops to the pieces and gave them to my nieces to colour, and they could mix and match the wings and the skirts. They loved it.
Love that idea.
Genius. So with the hook and eye, you know, Velcro, whatever else you want to call it, you do like mix and match dressing. And I bet they could put on like little puppet shows and change the outfits. That's such a good idea. And actually, Kirsty, you've just given me an idea with these. Imagine if you just put like a little loop of, you know, monofilament, clear thread on the back of these. They'd be lovely little Christmas decks, wouldn't they, for your tree? Having little fairies dancing in your Christmas tree.
Oh, I love that idea.
Oh, good ideas, Kirsty. Thank you.
So I've just quickly coloured mine in, because again, I've just looked up at the time. I need to get a 4th one in. I can't be doing 3, just on 3. Where are we? So just lining that up. And then we're going to just, again, so just popping it through. But again, I know you will probably take more time than I did colouring those wings in. But even colouring those in quite quickly, when I pop them behind Rose, I haven't been extremely strict with my my blending, but they're still going to look wonderful because you have got lots of those marks in there from the stamp anyway, or those highlights, those lovely lines in there that are going to make it look fabulous, regardless of how I have done my blending. I mean, look, so I've done a little bit of that blend, but I haven't gone to town on it, and it still looks great because these are just beautiful. So we're going to pop this card together really quickly. So the back of my card is, so it's 6 by 7. So we're just going to mat and lay this up. So I've just got a square piece of white card. Well, it's not square.
Oblong.
It's oblong.
Silver said it's still 26 degrees here in London.
Oh,
Must have been at least 28 during the day. It's not reached us up here, but Silver, I hope you've had a lovely time of it. Sounds lovely. Has it actually been sunny, or has it just been a bit close? Because it has been warm here, but it's been close, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bit sticky. Yeah, muggy.
Didn't know what to say about that. I just think those words are really weird. To be fair, though, I did notice that there was quite a few people walking around with the, what they called, you know, the knobbly, do you know what I mean? Umbrellas? Not what I was going for. Knobbly lollies, I've forgotten what they're called.
Oh, knobbly bobblies.
That's it, knobbly bobblies. Yeah, I did see people walking around with knobbly bobblies before, and I thought it's raining. Having a knobbly bobbly at this time, but either way, it's just, you know, no judgment.
Is there
here.
ever a wrong time for an ice cream?
Nah.
I don't think so.
I don't know, there definitely is. Definitely, there's loads of bad times for an ice cream. Halfway through a marathon, that'd be dangerous. Would you have one when you're hula hooping, with your weighted hula hoop, Michelle?
Or if I could, yeah. If I was physically able to do it, I would.
I love it.
So I'm just going to pop this in the middle, and my little tab is just going to go over there. And I just judged that by eye, but again, you know, you can be measuring it to get that perfect. I've just got a little bit of glue seepage. Let me just get rid of that. And then I've got one of these beautiful frames, and I'm going to pop that on with some dotty and just judging where I just need to be putting that, because I don't need to put it all the way to the edges because the centre is just that little bit there. Let's pop that there, and she needs to be beautifully framed. So let's just give her wings a little bit of curvature. Oh, gosh.
I've noticed there's been a lot of people laughing to themselves today. Were you having a little chuckle about yourself there?
It's the word curvature.
Oh man, you're funny. Do make me chuckle.
So we're just going to pop her on, and I'm not going to do the skirt. I'm going to leave her more ballerina-esque. And I did have a sentiment, but goodness knows where that's gone. I don't know how I do it. It's like magic.
Skills.
So we won't put a sentiment on. We will have her just like that, and it can be one of those that we put in our stash till we know who it's going to, and then we'll pop a sentiment on it.
Out. Perfecto. Thank you so much. If you do want to treat yourself, £17 at $80. $18, not 80. So we've had 3 makes on the show. Can you remind us what they were, lovely?
I had 4. I did 4.
Have you?
I have.
Blimey. Oh, yeah, the double shake. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right, remind us.
So number one was this.
Yeah.
It was the box flowers. So that was
Lovely.
number one.
Number 1.
Number 2 was
Yeah.
the little display.
Gorgeous.
Number 3 was the double shaker.
Lovely.
Turn that way. There you go.
Yeah.
And then number 4 was the flower fairy.
Fabulous. Get your votes for the demo of the show coming through now on our socials. Okie pokely. Well, we've got so many other treats. Let me remind you about our Spectrum Noir goodie bag. Now, this has been really popular. So popular. Basically, if you buy an item, you get the rest for a penny each. It's fab. So I'm bringing to you lots of different goodies in here. Here's Spectrum Noir Aqua Blends, a full set of them. You're getting your Discovery kits. I'm bringing to you Tri Blends as well. So all of these different pens have the 3 different colours within one pen. So although it's 6 pens, you're getting multiple hues in each pen. I've got for you ones that can write on, pretty much anything you set your mind to. I've got your metallic markers. These can write on stones, glass, leather, again, pretty much anything you set your mind to. I've got for you our illustrators again. So these illustrators, lovely hues on this one, different nibs. I'm bringing you your glossy highlights in here, which look great with the flower fairies actually, like little dew drops. Then I've got for you some ink in here, and I've got for you as well as that the Tricolour collection. All of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, is just £30.99 or $36.91. It's been popular. So do feel free to treat yourself to the final few of those ones if you so wish. Brilliant amount within there if you do want to seize the moment. $24.79 on those, or $29.53 as well. Loads in there. So if you do want to seize the moment, you can treat yourself to it. What else have we got for you today? Ooh, okay, this one's been really popular as well. Basically, it's because you're getting a Midi for free, but also the stuff you're actually purchasing is absolutely epic also. So I'm bringing to you here a selection of goodies, including your wonderful pop-out ones. You've also got your wonderful stencils. I've got for you as well your stamp and dies. Oop. And I've got this stamp and die too. All of this in this collection, and you're getting the Midi for a penny. And if you've not seen the Midi before, this isn't your tiny, tiny, tiny one. This is a good size bit of kit that we're bringing to you here. So if you do want to grab this one, absolutely and completely seize the moment on it whilst you can. You're getting all of those. By the way, you do get the plates with it. Just a reminder, you don't have to buy them separately or anything. So well worth treating yourself to it. $63.96 on that one today, or $78.80 is all you are spending. It was a close vote, but the winner is number 2.
Thank you.
Right, we're going to call that number 1, and I'm going to call this one number 2. Okay,
right.
So this is for demo of the day. So that one's number 1. This is number 2 from earlier on. You've got a minute. Yeah, you've got about 30 seconds to vote. I'd say lovely Susie's got this. Just go for the first vote. We'll find out about that in a moment or two. Whilst we're doing that though, oh no, it says no, number 1 was the winner! Oh man, it's impossible! Let's just choose one as a team. I think we all know which one. Out of number 1 of yours, Sharon Callis, and the box, which one would you vote for?
I would vote for this one.
That one's not up for the vote anymore, Michelle. It's number 1, the first one you made.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
This one.
Vote for that one, vote for that one. Jake, number 1? Yeah, number 1. Right, number 1's the winner. We've taken control. If you do disagree, feel free to complain to someone that isn't here. Anyway, Michelle, thank you so much for today. Really appreciate it. You're back in tomorrow?
In the morning. For calling me happy.
We will keep an eye open for you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Susie Superstar. Thank you to our fabulous team. Check out your baskets. We will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye, my love.